It's Sunday night, it's 9:30, kind of a late video. I am doing this video in a really happy state of mind. It's just been a wonderful weekend. I am just having one of those weekends where I've just really enjoyed my children, I've enjoyed my friends, I've enjoyed being in my own body. I've just been I've been productive, I've been positive for the most part. I have done a lot, but I've also not forced myself to do much. I was in my pajamas pretty much half of the day today. It was rainy, there were parades going on, but it was just, none of us in this house were really involved in that. We just stayed in and took care of each other and just relaxed. And then we did stuff this afternoon and this evening. And I'm just ending this weekend feeling ready to start this next week. And I don't always do that. I don't always end Sunday night feeling like ready for Monday. So that's such a good feeling. And the thing that's on my mind, in addition to that, I've got a couple things on my mind. And they kind of go together, I think. I had this kind of realization over the weekend that I am taking or putting the intention out there of kind of letting a relationship go that isn't really serving me very well. And it's not a major relationship, it's not a big deal. But it's just one of those little decisions that we make, hopefully, that we make, all of us can make, when, we're really in tune with ourselves and we're in tune with what we need and what we want, and we make decisions based on that. Not decisions based out of fear, not decisions based out of the whole scarcity model of the world, but decisions based on our own love for ourselves and what it is that we want for ourselves. And that feels super healthy to me, like to kind of come to that. And it's been, I'm mentioning it because it's on my mind. Really has been just a tiny little part of my weekend, but kind of like an aha moment of like, yeah, that's, not really serving me anymore. And I'm okay with it. Not a lot of negativity around it, but just something that, is just best turned a corner from. That feels like a good decision and not one that causes me any grief or any pain. And, what kind of caboosed on that is something that seems completely unrelated, but I'll try to tie it in, is that my son and I in particular we've really fallen in love, and my daughter too in her own way. We have truly fallen in love with the cast of Queer Eye, and this is not the old Queer Eye from the 90s or whenever it was. This is the new incarnation of Queer Eye. And when I say we've fallen in love with them, we've fallen in love with them individually, but we have really just fallen head over heels in love with who they are as a group and what they're doing. I don't even understand how reality TV can feel so incredibly affirming. That show is so incredibly affirming and so rich and so deep and just full of just love and acceptance and openness and challenge, personal growth. I just don't have words enough to describe how much we enjoy watching that show. And I say that because we watched it tonight. Sometimes we'll do that over dinner. We usually try to eat dinner around a table, like you do. But sometimes we'll just have fun and eat our dinner and watch Queer Eye together as a family and just talk about what we're seeing, because it's transformational for the people involved in it. And so it's just full of affirmations. And I have really practiced, I think affirmations get a bad rap, like especially in therapeutic circles, like credentialed therapeutic circles. But I use affirmations a lot with my clients. And affirmations are the things that some people would say are kind of silly, but they're not. They are things that you can say to yourself that are affirming of your truth. That are either little celebrations of your truth that you leave for yourself in places that you see, or they're encouragement, words of encouragement, or words of motivation. I love sneaky affirmations. I encourage my clients. I do this, and I encourage my clients to do this. I write messages to myself all over the place. I have a coded affirmation message right on my laptop. Every single time I open it, nobody would know what it says except for me. I have affirmations on my bathroom mirror window. I have affirmations hidden in lots of places because they really do help. And if there's a message that you want to send to yourself, then by all means do it. And that show sends lots of affirmations out into the world. I listen to a podcast I talk about a lot called Just Break Up that's full of affirmational talk. And I've just become kind of evangelical about it. And so, when somebody's trying to do something or going through a hard time, again, affirmations can be super powerful. I even tattooed one on my hand because I wanted to see this affirmation every single day. So that's what's on my mind. I'm feeling really good. I have the words, I am happy, written on my bathroom mirror. And they've been up there for, 6 weeks, 2 months maybe. Because there was a moment that I said to myself, I am so happy right now. And I said, you know what, I need to write this down. And I wrote it down on my mirror in, I don't remember what I used, paint pen, Sharpie. And I haven't felt compelled to take it down because it's just such a great thing to see kind of randomly when I'm going about my business and in my bathroom. It's great. Queer Eye is super affirmational. I mean, there's just nothing about that show that's not affirmational. And I just love living around that, And so as I talk about kind of making changes about a relationship that's kind of making it a bigger deal than it is, it's very minor in the scheme of things, but I think that flows a lot from knowing what I want for myself and who I am now and who I want to be. And all this affirmational work that I've done and all this personal growth that I've done in my life, I really need to practice what my affirmations preach. And so that's what I try to do. It's not easy. It's really not easy, and I backslide when I make decisions about things that kind of flow from who I want to be. But I, have found that most of the time I am living the life that I want to live, and I'm being the person that I want to be more and more. Certainly 3 videos from now, I'll probably be crying in my coffee. I don't know, but right now I feel happy and I feel good about the decisions I'm making in my life for the most part, and that's where I am. So my mind-body skill today is just affirmations. And I think that at the end of this day, although it's pretty much the end of the day now, I might just come up with a new affirmation to put somewhere for myself. I'm not sure what the message is going to be right now, but I think this is a good time to come up with one. So that's where my thoughts are. And the song that I'm going to add to my playlists is probably one of the most beloved affirmational songs out there. There's a bunch of them, of course. I mean, as soon as I said that, I thought of 3 more. But the one that's on my mind tonight is one I do love, and I've let my children also hear it, and they love it too. And sometimes we play it just to make ourselves feel good. And it is the Indigo Girls' Closer to Fine, probably one of the best affirmational songs ever written. And so that is that's the song I'm going to put into my playlists as I go into this next week.